Hi everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button down below and join me here. I am so close to hitting my goal of 5,000 subscribers by Christmas. It is my Christmas wish for 2022. So if you aren't subscribed, if you could subscribe, I would be so grateful, because yeah, that's my Christmas wish for 2022. I'll also, I don't know if you can see my little wreath today. So I've been switching my headdress out for each of my Collectionmas videos, and lots of you have been commenting on that, so thank you for doing that. I'm enjoying it. It's amusing me, so I'm happy to hear that you guys are enjoying it too. Today we are continuing on with Collectionmas. It is still going. We have not reached the end yet. For those of you who are sticking it out with me, I am so grateful to you. For those of you who are getting a bit sick of me, yeah, I'm getting a bit sick of me too, so I understand that. But today we are going to do the Louis Vuitton OnTheGo collection. So these are all my Louis Vuitton OnTheGos. It is not one of my bigger collections, and to be fair, this isn't one of my favorite bags. I have got quite a few of them. They're not something I feel the need to collect desperately, but they are a very handy bag, I've got to say. So the ones I have, I keep because they are handy and they are useful, but in terms of collectability, for me, I don't have that feeling of I need to collect all of these, which I'm grateful for because they're really expensive now. So let's look at the ones that I do have. So this is a OnTheGo PM size, so it's the smallest size. So at Louis Vuitton, sizes go PM, MM, GM. PM is always the smallest, MM is always the middle, and the GM is always the biggest. They do stand for something. I'm fairly certain it's French, don't ask me what, but PM is the smallest, and this is a OnTheGo PM. It is from the Spring in the City collection. I know Steph from Handbag Holic has this bag as well. I'll link her channel down below, and she loves hers. I just thought it was so pretty. The colorway is beautiful. It's purples and pinks and these beautiful mint green colors. The sides are the smaller monogram, and then the front is the giant monogram, and it's tone on tone. And then these ones came with a guitar strap. This one's in the mint green, and they also came with the little coin pouch as well. So the coin pouch attaches to the guitar strap, the guitar strap attaches to the bag. You have a crossbody bag or a shoulder bag, as well as the handles, top handles. So you can carry it either way. You can carry it as a top handle bag, or you can carry it as a crossbody or a shoulder bag. I would carry this as a top handle only. I wouldn't use the strap, but it's there if you do want it. And the interior lining of this is really pretty. It's got LVs all over it in this lilac pattern. I have organizers in all my OnTheGos just because they can be very much a big hole. So yeah, I've got organizers in all of mine, but that is my only PM size one. I will never say never. There's at least one more OnTheGo that I want, but if a design came out and my only option was an OnTheGo and I loved the design so much, then I would buy the OnTheGo, but I don't see myself adding a whole heap more. So this will probably end up being my only PM one. And then I have two in the MM. So I have this one. So this is the denim jacquard that came out New Year's Day 2022. I have a few of these pieces. I loved the original denim pieces that Louis Vuitton did back in the early 2000s. They are some of my favorite pieces. Them and the Murakami pieces like make my heart sing, like I can't even explain. So when this drop came out and they were advertising and going, oh, it's going to be denim, actually this is a denim jacquard, so it's not the same feel. The original denim pieces were really just soft, and they get that feel that denim gets. You know, when you've got a pair of jeans and you've got it for years and years and they get super soft and they're just really comfortable, that's what the original pieces were. This is very structured and very finished because it is a jacquard. Now it's been distressed to look like it's unfinished, so you can see it's got this fade out pattern to it, but it just doesn't have the same feel. Beautiful pieces still, but very different. So when you have such a love for an original piece that they do, like the denim, when they bring out something that is inspired by or kind of like it, sometimes it can be a bit of a letdown. Not long ago, they did a white leather with multicolored LVs all over it. They did a cousson in it. They did a little trunk in it, and it was trying too hard to be Murakami for me, and it just turned me off. So it can be a little bit like that sometimes. And this, to me, I love it, but it's never going to take the place of the original denim pieces. It just can't. Beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful. I do like the blue leather straps. And this one has the shoulder straps as well because it's an MM size. So we lose the crossbody strap once we get out of the PM sizes, and we pick up shoulder straps and top handle straps. So 2 different types of straps on these, which is fantastic, gives it versatility. The inside of this is really pretty because it's got this reverse pattern on the inside, which is really beautiful. Oh, hit myself in the face, that's great. And yeah, they're beautiful bags, and the MM is a really good size for me. So my laptop, I've got a MacBook Air, and it fits in the MM size, so I don't have to carry the GM size to carry my laptop if I've got to go out for the day, which is why I have OnTheGos, because they are really handy tote bags if you've got to take a whole heap with you. So that was my denim jacquard in the MM size. I also have in the MM size this one. So from memory, this is the very first OnTheGo they released. It's the reverse monogram. So on one side we have original giant monogram, and on the other side we have reverse giant monogram. Each side has a different print. So you've got the original monogram in reverse there and the original monogram on that side. The detailing in this is really good, like to the point where each of the handles is also in a different finish. Mine has the black straps for the shoulder. I believe when they originally released this bag, it had the monogram and reverse monogram straps as well, but they've gone to the black ones. I think there was a glazing issue with the original straps, so they changed them out to these black leather ones. This is a beautiful bag. I love the red interiors on these, and you can see I've got an organizer in the exact same color. And they're a great bag. When this came out, it was super hyped. Everybody loved the reverse monogram. Everybody thought it was great that you could wear it either way. I agree with all of that. It's a staple. I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. I do really love this. But like I said, I just don't feel the need to collect them. So I do buy them if I see need for them or use for them. And in this case, I see use for this. It's really handy to have canvas. Canvas wears really well. So yes, this is my reverse monogram in the MM size. And now we've got the GM size. So the GMs are what I own the most of because I find them most handy. They're fantastic overnight bags. They're fantastic tote bags. I did take one with me to New York when I traveled as my carry-on handbag. It got heavy. That's my only feedback on this. If you want to travel with these bags, they do get heavy and they aren't pliable. So trying to get them under seats and in small spaces can be really hard. So just keep those things in mind. So I've got a few. So I've got the big sister of the one we just talked about. So this is the GM as opposed to the MM that's up here. And this is the one I took to New York with me. It was a great bag. It really was, but it just got so heavy. And I understand that's my fault because I shoved so much stuff in it, but that's what you do when you travel. You shove a whole heap of crap into your bag. So yes, it did get very, very heavy. So no different to its little sister. There's this side, and then the reverse on the other side. Each end is different. The straps and the strap drop on the shoulder straps on these are longer on the GM than they are on the MM. So they do hang quite low. It's bright red interior. This one did get a workout. I found the hardest thing with this, other than the weight, which I will suck up and deal with, was its lack of pliability. I found that really, really hard. So I flew first class, and like that gave me a whole heap of comforts that people in business and economy don't get, and I appreciate that. But even I couldn't get this into the space that was allocated for my bag to go. And I had a fair bit of space, guys. Like I flew Emirates. I had a whole pod, And even I had problems trying to get this into the spaces provided because of its lack of pliability. So the canvas has no give in it, so you can't just shove it down. And it's so structured, so I really did struggle with that. And this got caught on my seat a few times as I was putting my seat up to lay down and putting it back down. It got caught a few times, so I will not travel with this internationally again. It was just too hard, so just keep that in mind. If you're going on a staycation or somewhere where you're driving, awesome bag, fantastic bag, but not so much for international travel. So I have that one. I also have this one. So this is from the Teddy collection, and I loved this collection. And I have all the bags that went with this collection. I have the Twist, I have the Speedy, I've got the Neverfull, I've got this one, and the No Way. So I have them all. There were 5 bags, pretty sure there were only 5, and I have them all from this collection because I loved it so much. Not least of which was because of the lining, which is just this beautiful fuchsia pink, and it's all like suede, and sometimes the lining will do it for me. It doesn't matter what the outside looks like, I just really love the lining. So it's all shearling line detailed. It's got the LV and the 2 fleur-de-lises in the pink. Other than that, it is black leather, smooth pebble black leather. It has monogram handles on it, and then black straps for the shoulder. And it's just got such great winter vibes. Now we're coming into summer here in Australia. This is not getting to work out anytime soon, but I just love it. I think it's beautiful. I love the lining, and it's real wintry. So I have that one as well. And I also have, let's move some of these around so I can get to them. This one. So this was my first one, I believe. It's black Empreinte leather. It's a staple. It's a standard. A big black tote bag. Of course. But also, I love the lining in this, which people are going to be really surprised at. But nonetheless, it's pumpkin orange. Now, I hear you all. I hear you through the screen yelling, Meredith, you hate orange. You rail against orange. You're forever telling us you hate orange. Yes, I do. Except in a lining, because you don't see the lining. So it doesn't worry me that this has orange lining. In fact, I love the orange lining in this saffron pumpkin color, because it is a lining. I'm fine with that. So as long, if you gave me a handbag in this color and said, oh, here's this saffron orange handbag, I'd be like, oh, no. But in a lining, it's stunning. So, sometimes I might surprise you guys. So yes, it's got the beautiful saffron lining in it that a few of the Empreinte bags do. And then it's just plain black straps, plain black handles, simple, classic, beautiful, black on the go. Can't go past that. And to be honest, if I was going to add another one right now, if you said to me, okay, which on the go would you buy? I would buy this in the MM size, because I think they're just great staples. I think black tote bags, you can never go too far wrong. So I have that one. And then my limited ones that I have. So I have this one. So this was by the Pool collection, and as part of that collection they released the names of places in different countries, and Australia had 2 that were released as part of that. So this one is my Byron Bay one. So Byron Bay is in New South Wales, which is where I live. It's probably a couple of hours north of here. It is well known as a beach town. It is a nice mix of expensive hippie. There are a lot of people there with a lot of money. A lot of Sydney people and Brisbane people will go to Byron Bay because it kind of sits in between us, and they are cashed up. But there are also locals who live just outside Byron Bay Central and have just a hippie lifestyle where they just kind of, live on the land, man, and do their thing, and that's cool. That's what Byron Bay used to be, but now that there's been so much money injected into it, it has become a little bit hippie yuppie, if that makes sense. And maybe I'll coin that phrase, hippie yuppie. Chris Hemsworth lives there with his wife. The Hemsworths have property up there, so that's what it's become. A lot of overseas celebrities who come out to Australia will go to Byron Bay and spend time there. So that's the Byron Bay vibe. But it is essentially a beach town. You know, you can go up there and surf and whatever. So I'm not surprised that Byron Bay got a run with Louis Vuitton on this. So this one has raffia on the edges and is that blue fade out that we saw in By the Pool. It has the turtle as the bag charm, because these ones came with bag charms. And then on the inside we have a cream and blue striped pattern. It is vachetta, so we have vachetta straps on it and we have vachetta top handles for it. So that's the first of the By the Pool ones I got, so the Byron Bay. And I always collect anything that comes out an Australian name. I think they are collectible, and I guess I'm slightly patriotic. And then this is the last one that I have, which is the sister to it. So the other place that they did as part of this release for Australia was Bondi. So I'm sure if you know anything about Australia, then you know Bondi. Bondi Beach is very famous. It is in Sydney, which is where I live. It's not close by, but I've certainly been there before. Bondi is one of those places that when you have people come visit you from overseas, they go, oh, I've got to go to Bondi Beach. And if you're a local, you go, because it's hard to get to. It is not as big as people think it is, and it's full of tourists. I'm sorry, it is. It's where all the backpackers stay. Anyone who settles here on a short-term visa will want to live near Bondi, and you know, it is, there are locals over there, most certainly. There's certainly luxury shopping up there. There is definitely people up there who have a lot of money, because real estate up there is incredibly expensive. But for those of us who live outside that eastern suburbs bubble of Bondi, we're a bit like, ugh, hard to get to, full of tourists, don't want to be there. So I'll generally try and persuade my overseas guests to go and see a better beach than Bondi, because Bondi's nice, but at the end of the day, sand, water, beach, it's all the same. For us here in Australia, we have beautiful beaches, but the beaches are beautiful everywhere you go. So it doesn't matter if it's just because it's got the name Bondi, doesn't make it any better. Sorry guys, bursting your bubble there. But yes, they did Bondi as well, which was not surprising because it is such a huge tourist destination. So this is in the pink and yellow ombre that they did for the By the Pool collection. It has the frangipani on the bag tag. It also has the raffia edges, and it's got a pink and white stripe interior. So yes, I got Bondi. Did I get Bondi first? I feel like I got Bondi first, and then they tracked down Byron Bay for me. So Bondi released into the Sydney store because it's Sydney. So the Sydney stores for Louis Vuitton got Bondi first, and Byron Bay, I believe, went to Brisbane, because I guess in terms of kilometres, it's closer to Brisbane than it is to Sydney. So they got first dibs on it, and then the rest of the country got the opportunity to order online or have it brought into store. At the moment, the Sydney store also has Guam available, which is not in Australia. It's an American province on an island not far from here. I have actually been to Guam on a holiday. I did not enjoy it. Lovely place, but wasn't for me. So I have considered buying the Guam as well, but it's in the same blue colorway as Byron Bay, so I really don't feel the need to have it just because I've been there. Yeah, so I've resisted that one so far. And I see the Hamptons and stuff come up every now and again. The collectability of them starts to incite this need in me, like, oh, maybe I do need it. But I'm trying to desperately resist that because they do things like this all the time. I don't know if it's a yearly thing, but at the very least, we see it regularly that they'll release cities or countries, or even just locations within countries. So I try not to get super collectible, those super collector tendencies in me. I try to keep them really under control, because if I start, I'm going to have to collect all the cities in all the countries, and that can take a really long time, and it's a massive commitment. So for now, no. Meredith says no. So these are all my on-the-goes. It's not one of my bigger collections. It's not one of the ones that I feel the desperate need to have all of them for, but they are really useful. I can't deny that. Even with the weight, they are useful bags. Really expensive for Louis Vuitton, but so for me, you give me a choice and say, okay, you can have an on-the-go or a never full. You can't have both. I'll always choose a never full over an on-the-go. But for me, I have I'm in a privileged position where I can have both, so I do. Yes, and we'll see what comes out in the future. I'm certainly not saying I won't ever get another one. I would absolutely have to eat my words, I'm sure, but for now, I don't feel the need to buy any more. Going forward, we'll see. So how many did I end up with? 7? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I ended up with 8. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. 8 on-the-goes I have. So that is my Louis Vuitton on-the-go collection. If you have liked today's video, and I think I've been really chatty today, so I apologize for that. If you have liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. Also the little bell notification. Collectionmas is not done yet, guys. There is lots more to come. We are doing many more collections. So if you hit the notification bell, it will tell you when I upload videos, which at the moment is every day. I hope you'll also come follow me over on Instagram. I'm putting up lots in real time. I put up lots about my day-to-day life and my collection and things that sales associates send me. So please come follow me over on Instagram. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.